President Cyril Ramaphosa will today host a meeting with Belgium's King and the Queen from that country at the Union buildings as European royals conduct their first ever state visit to South Africa. King Phillipe and Queen Mathilda are here to discuss broadening trade relations, which includes exports to Belgium and growing the tourism sector. Newzroom Afrika's Govan Whittles is our reporter at the Union buildings, joining us now. Govan, very good morning to you. This is a very interesting visit, and it comes at a very interesting time when you look at the geopolitics. South Africa, and in particular after the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, South Africa says, we are not taking any sides here. We are a neutral party because we need to encourage these two warring countries, if you like, to go to the negotiating table. Do you think that that kind of discussion could possibly filter into these talks today?
Good morning, Oli. Well, it's certainly a discussion which has come up again and again as the South African President, Cyril Ramaphosa, has been hosting not only his counterparts from European countries, but also royals in this case. We first saw it when he was hosting the President of Spain, South Africa maintaining its position that it would like negotiations to open up between Ukraine and Russia. And then when the European Union Commission President or Vice President had come to South Africa, again the EU had pushed for South Africa to take a more definitive position on the crisis in Ukraine. South Africa again holding the line. And that was just a few weeks before those joint naval exercises between South Africa, China and Russia in KwaZulu-Natal. South Africa making no apology there for strengthening its relations with Russia and China. And now we're seeing the King and Queen of Belgium coming to South Africa on their first ever state visit, where there's great opportunity to explore broadening trade. And it comes as the International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin. But it also comes as Chinese President Xi Jinping has undertaken a really historic visit to Russia, where they've spoken about broadening their relationship. It's what China and Russia call a limitless friendship. It's also a state visit undertaken by the Chinese head of state to Russia to explore China's proposal to open up peace negotiations between Russia and the Ukraine, and China taking a position here to play a middleman, a diplomatic role, a position that South Africa has always taken, but in this case has definitely approved of and is supporting. China having negotiated an historic agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran, seeming to take a more leading role in global affairs when it comes to negotiating peace. And they're certainly echoing a position that South Africa has put on the table a long time ago and strengthening South Africa's hand in giving more credence to its view that there should be negotiations between the two parties and refusing to take a side here. That does leave South Africa a bit more emboldened as the South African president meets with the Belgian King and Queen. But we expect that this visit is likely to take any attempt to headline the situation in Ukraine off the table. Instead, there's great opportunity to explore here. Only, you know, Belgium exports about $1.5 billion worth of goods into South Africa. South Africa exports about $2 billion worth of goods into Belgium. The main things that we get out there are vehicles, precious stones such as diamonds, pearls, and then chemicals as well. But another interesting point is that Belgians are in the top 10 of the countries that come to South Africa regularly. That means that it's a premier destination for Belgians, South Africa, and that's certainly something that the President will hope to build on, and we expect them to rather focus on that instead of that controversial issue which South Africa has been able to hold the line on every time, insisting that it will maintain its position that talks should be open between those two countries, and it won't be swayed by these visiting heads of state or royals from Europe to change that tone.
Very interesting economic opportunities that could be explored here. Govan Whittles, thank you very much. And indeed, that controversial matter of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, will it definitely be off the table? That's a wonder at a time when political observers are suggesting that South Africa risks alienating countries such as Belgium that are trying to invest in this country with our close relationship with Russia and China.